There was a point when the internet felt like people just making shit. Forums, blogs, weird websites, YouTube videos shot on terrible cameras, people arguing about music because they actually cared about the music. And then somebody discovered the gold. Attention could become money. And once there was money buried deep underneath human attention, everything slowly changed. Because history teaches us something about gold rushes. Gold brings the scum of the earth. Not because everybody chasing money is a bad person, but simply because whenever there's something valuable sitting relatively unprotected, eventually somebody figures out how to exploit it. And I think we're living through the consequences at this very moment. Monetization made liars out of a lot of people. So when attention became currency, the fundamental transaction changed. Originally, it was I have something to say and maybe you'll listen. And eventually is I need you to listen. Now I need something to say. That's a completely different relationship with expression. Because once attention becomes currency, your ideas aren't merely ideas anymore. They're inventory. Your personality becomes inventory. Your opinions become inventory. Your relationships become inventory. Your pain becomes inventory. And the algorithm doesn't necessarily reward what's true. Right? So it rewards what's keeping somebody looking. So people adapted. Not always consciously, but human beings respond to incentives. Monetization made liars out of us. And I'm not just talking about somebody sitting behind a camera and knowingly telling a lie. There's a subtler kind of, I say it's a subtle dishonesty. You know, it's performing a version of yourself because that version pays better. You see all these niggas with these characters. Oh, this is my character. You hear the Charleston Whites and all the other fugazi ass niggas. Oh, I'm just playing the character. I'm just a character. So performing a version of yourself that because that version pays better. So maybe you change your opinion, but your audience love the old one. Maybe you're not actually angry anymore, but the anger gets the engagement. Maybe your relationship isn't perfect, but you built a brand around being relationship goals. Maybe the political tribe you've attached yourself to say something you know is fucking ridiculous, but disagreeing could cost you followers. And eventually the question stops being, what do I believe? And becomes, what does the person I've monetized believe? And that's a dangerous psychological prison, because now honestly, not honestly, but honesty, I'm sorry, has an economic penalty. Now that they got you by the nuts. Like Money Mike and old boy on Friday After Next. You know what I'm saying? Got you by the nuts. You feel me? But the gold rush never ends well. You know, this is bigger than influencers. You know, if you look at every gold rush in history, once people value Once people's value can be extracted from somewhere, the behavior surrounding that place changes. And the internet discovered one of the most valuable natural resources imaginable, human attention. Then the corporations mined it, creators competed for it, advertisers purchased it, algorithms learned how to predict it, and eventually regular people started engineering themselves to capture it. That's the part we don't talk about enough. The machine didn't have to force us to become performers. It created the incentives, and we handle the rest. So, in closing, I got a question for you. What has the gold changed in you? And this is where I can't just point at influencers, corporations, or algorithms, because there's a smaller version of this happening to all of us. Have you ever posted something you didn't fully believe because you knew it would hit? Held an opinion longer than you actually believed it because people associated you with it? Turned a private moment into content before you even experienced it? Or started measuring whether something mattered by how many people reacted to it? Maybe monetization isn't only about money. Maybe social validation is its own currency. And some of us have been getting paid in attention. The internet didn't invent human greed. It just discovered how to put a price on human attention. In closing, gold brings the scum of the earth. But the uncomfortable truth is that sometimes the scum doesn't arrive from somewhere else. Sometimes the gold changes the people who are already there. Culture is the entry point, humanity is the subject, reflection is the medium, the prescription is the conversation.